and liftoff for the final launch of
Being at Kennedy Space Center as NASA launches Space Shuttle Endeavour for the very last time. Monday afternoon, I'm Keely Fulton.
Everybody, I'm Lauren Lapanzina, bringing you live team coverage this noon from Canaveral of this historic 25th and final launch of the Space Shuttle Endeavour.
Lauren, we know this was the second time giving it a go for a Space Shuttle Endeavour to launch. Now, you were there a couple of weeks ago for the first launch attempt, and of course, again, all this morning for this liftoff. So what was the mood like on the ground?
Well, they're always amazing to see, no doubt about that, and perfect launch was no exception. People were thrilled and relieved to finally see Endeavour launch for the last time. I will say, though, it was a little bit anticlimactic, and I think I'm echoing the thoughts of a lot of the folks we spoke to out here. There was so much low-lying cloud cover that we didn't get to see that traditional arch, that traditional trajectory, that long climb into the skies, if you will, that we're so used to seeing on a launch on a clear day. So it was awesome. People said they just, I think, wish they could have seen a little bit more of it. But unfortunately, the clouds didn't quite allow that. Nevertheless, it was a big crowd. Tourism officials were expecting 500,000 here on the Space Coast to witness this launch today. 700,000 were on hand for the first time around. Obviously, not everyone could stay 2.5 weeks later. But what was fascinating was to talk to people from all over the world. We met people from England, from Ireland, from Germany. Talked to a gentleman this morning who came all the way from St. Louis, drove straight through from St. Louis just to be here and to take some of his own pictures of the event. Of course, one of the people in attendance in that 500,000 people today was Representative Gabrielle Giffords, of course, the wife of Shuttle Commander Mark Kelly. She got to spend some nice time with her husband yesterday before the launch and was tweeting through it all. So it was really neat to catch up with her on Twitter. Got some quick for you about the mission. There are 4 spacewalks planned. It's a 16-day mission. And on board is actually the most expensive piece of equipment ever in shuttle history. There's a $2 billion, that's billion with a B, science experiment on board that they're calling a spectrometer. So that will be transferred to the ISS, and certainly a very pricey piece of cargo on board this mission. I'd like to turn things over now to my colleague Carolyn Schofield. She's been out here with me all morning. She talked to so many of these folks, and Carolyn, I'd love to get your take on this. Seen a lot of these.
I have, and Lauren, as you mentioned too, we didn't get to see as much of the actual liftoff as we had hoped to, but a lot of this is about the atmosphere here. It's not just watching liftoff itself, it's about coming out hours in advance, making new friends, meeting old friends, grilling, fishing, just having a great time, and of course, all leading up to those few magical seconds before liftoff. The camping began last night. Newcomers and shuttle watching pros all claimed the perfect positions to see Endeavour make its final flight. There was a lot to celebrate this morning, especially for Suzanne Vendel. So this is your 50th birthday today?
Actually, it was yesterday, and we spent the day in SeaWorld Orlando, and we had to watch Tampa, but then we found out about the launching today and replanned. Yeah, so we went here instead.
People traveled here from around the world to see the second-to-last shuttle launch. Mike Mayer drove 25 hours straight from Manhattan to Port Canaveral. He spent the night in his van.
I always liked it. I mean, I still remember when Columbia first took off in 1980. I was sitting in Amsterdam Avenue and 76th Street. I never forget that date because it was something that was really exciting. And this is something that is also very, very exciting.
The excitement built like the traffic, growing with every minute. People tuned in to NASA's radio broadcast, listening as the final seconds ticked down.
3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff for the final launch of Endeavour.
3 seconds later, the shuttle was gone, swallowed up by low-lying clouds. Days, months, years of waiting for a brief glimpse of liftoff. Shonda Lawson thought it was perfect. It disappeared very quickly into the clouds, though, didn't it?
Well, the last one did too, but it's exciting to be there and to hear it and to see it versus just watching it on TV.
And again, it's the atmosphere of being out here on the Beachline Causeway. Now, this is the third time I've actually seen Endeavour launch. The first two times I saw it from the press site at night. So it definitely wasn't the most spectacular launch, but for somebody who has never seen one before to come out here from somewhere across the world to see something like this, it really was a once-in-a-lifetime experience for them. And it was pretty amazing to be part of that this morning.
Oh, it's a party out here. It's just a ton of fun. And if only the weather had been like this, I think we might have gotten that big cheer, that big hooray that we were waiting for. But still a ton of fun nonetheless. Carolyn, thank you so much. So the shuttle is on its way. The mission is underway, this 25th and final flight for Space Shuttle Endeavour. It is set to land on June 1st. And right on that very same day, the Atlantis will roll out in preparation of its final launch. And hard to believe, every time I say it, I still can't believe it, that the launch of the Atlantis will be the end of the 30-year Space Shuttle program. So we'll get to do this one final time. So until then, live from Port Canaveral this afternoon, I'm Lauren Lapanzina, WPTV, News Channel 5.